All right, Sean, we've been working hard on some amazing stuff because if I had known this, I would have saved a lot of money getting started into web design and stuff. In fact, I would have saved myself a lot of frustration, a lot of banging my head against the wall. Literally, I'm like, what am I doing? And that was called Drupal. And WordPress has made my life so much simpler, so much faster, so much easier. And in fact, you're the one that got me involved in WordPress. Do you remember that?
I do. Literally, you can do what we would do in a program called Drupal that would take us hours and days.
Absolutely, minutes.
And we can do it in minutes on WordPress.
Yeah. And I remember sitting there saying no, and I was arguing with you, and you're like, Chad, just give it a try. You didn't even say that much. You just said, it's so much easier.
Yeah. And
so I had no idea. So I want y'all to consider, look at, especially if you don't have a website, this is a great way to get it up in literally, I said 30 minutes or less, but that includes getting your theme and all that stuff. You can have your site up in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so your first site. So here we go. The place you need to go is called WordPress.com. And once you get to WordPress.com, just simply hit the Get Started there, and it takes you to a page that you can fill out. Now, the first thing you need to know here, and this was a little confusing as I first got started, is that you can set up multiple accounts. Once you set up this account here, you're going to be able to set up multiple accounts later. So let's say you have one for your church and for your home. It's okay, once you get your username and your password, and that's right here, to set up multiple blogs under this. So you're not confined. You don't have to come up with new email addresses. I think I used up all my email addresses before I figured this out.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
I was begging Sean, can I borrow one of your email addresses so I can get in here? And then Sean showed me how I could do multiple blogs under here. So again, go to our more in-depth site, become a member, and we'll show you how to do it. No, we'll see what we can work out here. So once you filled this out, it goes longer than the page will allow right here. You're going to get into your themes. And the way you get into your themes, once you're in your site, let me just quickly show you where you would go to your themes. And you would go down to Appearance here, and you would go to Themes. Now, this is so fun. This is fun because you get to go in here and you get to pick and choose what you want. And if you don't like it this week, you can pick another one next week. And so right here, you get to choose all these themes at a click of a button. If you like the way this is laid out, the tapestry is rather nice for a church.
It does look very nice.
The colors. So the problem here is it's a premium theme is $75. So your nicer themes are paid themes, but think about it. I mean, I just saved you anywhere from $150 to $175 by not having to design it yourself. If you went out and got a web design company, they're going to charge you starting price $5.99 for the design, and they're going to charge you $49 a month.
Yeah.
In fact, if you approach us today, that's what we're going to charge you, and we'd be glad to do it if that's what you want. But I'm going to save you a ton of money here, and so spending $75 for a nicer theme might be worth it for you. Scrolling down, there's a ton of free stuff, and this one's free, and it looks okay for maybe a youth year church, and this one's all right. And you can just pick what you want. I don't know which one you want, but all you have to do is push Activate, and it's done like that. So that's the theme. That's how easy it is to pick a theme. And again, WordPress is simple. Once you pick your theme, Sean, what do you look for in a theme when you're looking for something? What's your number one? Is it just aesthetic? Aesthetics that I can't say. You know what I'm trying to say here. Aesthetics. Am I saying it right?
Aesthetics.
Yeah.
You're
the linguist in the group here.
I don't know about that, but I look for something that's going to look good because I do want a site that looks good, but I also want a site that's going to have the functionality I want. So kind of looking, there's a preview button you can hit, and you can kind of preview the site theme. So look kind of, if you want like a specific sidebar on a specific side, look at the theme and see where the sidebars are. But I mean, really, you just got to get in and kind of get your hands dirty and see what you like and what's out there. And it's not like if you build one under one theme, you build a site under one theme, and you decide you don't like it. It's not just murdersome to go to a different theme. It's very simple and very seamless to change themes. WordPress, again, is very simple, and it's just built very nicely.
You're dead on. I've gotten a week into a production thing and just say, it's not working for me on this, and I'm going to choose another one, and it was not a problem. It just switches. So once you choose your theme, I'm going to go into another feature here that is a must on your website. Of course, you want to do posts and things like that, but this is a must. Don't ever put your email out on your website, and I'll tell you why. I research stuff, and I have a program. All I have to do is put in the word church, and it will go out there and look on the web in Google and look for your email. And it sends it to me, and I can spam you. Now, I don't use that for spam. I had the program just trying it out. I don't use it, I promise. But it's there. It's available. So that's why you never... Did you know that, Sean?
I did know that.
Okay, because if you want the program... No, seriously. But
there are people that do use this, and we're just trying to help protect you. I've built sites, and one of the first sites I had, I put, our number in text.
Don't ever put your phone number out there either.
And our email addresses. And Chad said, don't do this, because look how easy it would be to steal it. So this protects you. This allows people to contact you, and this sends straight to your email. So you're not losing anything. It goes straight to your email, and it lets you know the person's name, the email, and what they said. And then there's also in this, it's called a plugin, you can add different fields. Like if you wanted a drop-down box for them to pick, a different...
Yeah, and I'll show you that right now. And again, what this does, it makes you look more professional, and it protects your email from spammers that would come out and try to steal it and then start spamming you. So the way that you add your contact page is to go to Pages. Sean, am I heading in the right direction here?
Yes.
All right, so under All Pages, we actually need to go Add New. All right, so right in here, you might be wondering, well, I don't see anything that says Contact Me or anything, but look real close. You do have to look close. There's 3 buttons here. There's an Add Media button, and that's where you would upload pictures. There's an Add a Poll button, and we cover both of those in our more advanced classes, but I just want to talk to you about this last button right here. It's Add a Custom Form, and we'll click on that, and it says, what form do you want to add? And you design what you want. So we want the name. When they fill out this form, we want their name, their email, and not necessarily their website because they're just contacting us. And then a few comments, and hint, hint, okay, let's say you have a sign-up form for a trip.
Yes.
You could name this sign-up form for Falls Creek or sign-up form for camp, and you could put all the information in here, and they could sign up. It would email to you, whammo.
Whammo.
You get emailed the information. You don't have to handwrite this stuff. You print it out, and you save your secretary some handwriting here, but we're not going to go into that, more advanced stuff. Keep it simple. We got the name, email, and comments. Add this form to my post. And there's one more thing I need to show you here. I hit it too soon. We're going to go back, take out the website. Under email notifications, put the email that you want it sent to. That could be your pastor's email or a secretary's email, and get the right email there.
And you can put multiple emails in there at this time. You could put a comma and then space and then put in another email account. So if you're wanting this to go to your secretary and maybe your youth minister, if you are doing like a Falls Creek sign up or a camp sign up, VBS.
Now, I've never tested the comma thing here. You've tested that to make sure it's good?
I have tested it, and it does work.
Awesome. So we can put in multiple emails. See, I'm even learning stuff from these tutorials. Thank you, Sean. What should the subject line be? Now, this is important because if you're sending it to a secretary, she needs to know what this is. So it could be, contact from our church is First Baptist East, so I would write something like this. Contact from our First Baptist East website, and you could put some additional information there if you want. Now, so we've got the form built. We've got the email stuff in here, 2 emails. We're going to save and go back to the form builder and then add this form to the post. So now it's embedded this in there. Nothing else that you have to do except name the page, contact us. Once you've done that, is there anything else I'm missing here, Sean? You've been watching?
That's it. You're just going to hit publish. And
once it's published, you can go up here and view page, and there you have a nice little contact form. Notice it says wordpress.com/contact us, and you could put that in your menu, just a contact us page.
Which we also show you in one of our more advanced videos that we have on howchurchmediaworks.com.
Yeah, and we just don't have time right now for this short class to go into all that, but it's very simple to put it up here in your menu. And so let's go back, and we've covered the contact page to protect your email from spammers. And let's look at one more thing here. Video pages. Now, this is the most popular thing right now on the internet, is to get your pastor his sermons on the internet. And now you, in your church, you do MP3s.
We do MP3s, yes, Chuck.
And that's a great way to do it because it saves on bandwidth, and especially in a rural community like yourself, some people are on slower connections,
right,
and they prefer MP3s.
Right.
And so that's a great choice for your church. And some churches are just doing video. We just do video. We don't do any audio. It's just easier for me to get that video out there, and people seem to like it. And here's the steps you can get your video on your website. First thing you need to do is edit your video. Now, what do you use to edit your video, Sean?
If I was editing videos, I'd be using Final Cut Pro.
Okay, and that's version 7 probably?
Yes.
Okay, and you have X also?
I do have X also.
And so for y'all PC people out there, I use Final Cut Pro X also, and those are Mac programs. There's a couple other different versions of Mac, and one I would highly recommend for a Mac that's on the cheaper end. In fact, it's like $49 from the Mac store. Do you know what's going for iMovie?
If you own a Mac, it's free.
Is it already on the Mac?
It's already on your Mac.
Okay. And then you can get that on your iPad and your iPhone. You can get iMovie on both of those. For a PC, there's a $99 piece of software. It ranges from $99 to $120. It's called Vegas. It's Movie Studio Pro by Sony. It's a great little program. And they have a professional version called Vegas Video. There's other ones. Avid you can check into. Adobe has Premiere. But both of those are rather expensive.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend Movie Maker. It is free, but you are going to die trying to use that program. And so you want to edit your video. You want to upload it to YouTube. Now, uploading to YouTube, anything over 15 minutes can be a little bit of a trouble. And so edit your video, upload it to YouTube, but there's a little trick you got to do to get it to upload more than 15 minutes. Sean, I feel like I'm baiting them into this thing, but I can't tell you how much information is there, and it's available on the membership site. I mean, there's just a ton, and it's only I'm not even going to go into it right now because I'm going to stick to this, but if you want to know how to upload more than 15 minutes, check out our membership site. We explain all of that. Then you would copy and embed the code. Now, that's just as simple. Let's go over here to YouTube. So just go to youtube.com. I'm happen to be signed in as my minister site, and let's say we had uploaded Santa Claus at my Windows rear projection. I hope that's a safe video. I'm just picking it off the top here. We're going to pause it because I don't really care. And we're going to scroll down right here, and under share we can grab the embed code. Now, Sean, this is what I always use. Is there other things you can use besides the embed code?
With WordPress, it'll actually allow you to use the URL, but you don't have the sizing options that you have grabbing your embed code.
And so right down here are your sizing options. You can choose what size you want to play it, and it would change. Like if we watch these numbers right here, click, there it is. So we could copy that, and then we could paste it back into our WordPress site. So then we would create a post in WordPress, rename it, paste the embed code, create, select category, and then push save. And I'm going to show you that real quick. So we go over here to the dashboard. We want to do a post. So we come over here to post, add new post. Right there, you want to go to the HTML. That's the only switch right here. And paste in that amazing embed code. Title it, Santa is coming. And then we want to do one thing, and you want to add a category here. And this is the way you organize your site. You use categories.
Right.
And we can add new categories right here, but we've already got sermons set up. And we only want to do video. It's a subcategory. And let me scroll down here. I don't think there's anything else we need. All right, so this is how you organize your site. And we've got all that done. Pushing publish. This is the fun part. All right. And you're going to see on the site, they give you some encouragement here. Hey, do 5 more posts, but we're not going to look at that. And look at that nice little video. You can have the video pop up right there, and it shows up on your site. And then over here under categories, since we've organized it, we can look at all the sermons. Santa is coming, and we uploaded a previous sermon. Do you see that there? That was our last week. That's what we were doing on the membership site. We loaded up this video here. And it shows up also. So they keep stacking on top of each other according to the date here. And so next week, if you add one more, you don't have to go and put it in there anywhere, but just tell it it's under sermons, and it'll show up under this URL. All of them will show up here. Very, very cool.
Very, very easy and very neat.
Yes.
It just keeps it very neat for you, and you don't have to do much to it.
Simple.
Very simple.
It's very simple, yes. And so following these steps, edit the video, upload to YouTube, and again, we can tell you how to get a full hour up there. Copy the embed code, create your post in WordPress, name the title, paste the embed code, select your category, and push save. Now, there's only 8 steps to do that. The last thing we're going to look at is I want to let you know that you can create a calendar in Google. And you can make this calendar show up. In fact, I can show you on my site. Let's just go to firstbaptisteast.com. Under our calendar, we have a choice. We can either go to the calendar, that's a full calendar for us, or you can go to the video ministry calendar. So right here, you can see everything on our church calendar, pretty much everything. But I have a ministry calendar where all my video guys that work upstairs with me, and we can just look at their schedule for a second here. And you can see so-and-so's working here and there. So these are the people working on our ministry up there, and you can set up as many calendars as you would like, and we recommend that you put them in a list here, and people can just come to your calendar and say, oh, there's a ministry calendar or whatever, and they can go to that calendar. Now, you use this at your church also.
Yes.
And we discovered a cool little thing, and the reason we recommend using Google Calendar, this is all Google Calendar, rather than a WordPress calendar, is why, Sean? Because this is your favorite part.
Because it's simple.
You keep coming back to that word.
No, it's so simple because you can, before I found this, I had to go to my calendar on my website, add in events.
So you were going directly here. In fact, you had to go to the Google Gmail page to do that.
Yeah, yes. But now I can do everything from my iPhone, my iPad, or my desktop iCal, and it all uploads to my Google Calendar, and my Google Calendar feeds my website.
So let me get this straight. You're sitting in staff meeting with your pastor and all the other staff members at your church, and you can sit there on the phone, and as your pastor's telling you stuff, you could be adding stuff to your church calendar.
Yeah.
Or you have a staff calendar, right?
Yes,
so like if they have private. And then you also have one more calendar. What is that?
No, just 2.
Just 2 calendars. So you could be adding to either one from your iPhone right there. And the one that goes to the church calendar automatically shows up on the website.
Right. And because I have my staff members sharing our staff calendar.
And so you've shared the calendar between everybody that's in the staff.
Yes,
okay.
And then they get, the staff calendar. That's, of course, that's another video for another day. But that's, again, somewhere where you can head by starting to use Google Calendars and allowing it to feed your website.
And then it shows up on all their calendars, and they can see what's going on with the staff. And they could add if they wanted to.
Right.
And that's all done off your iPhone, your iPad.
Oh, yes.
And so you don't have the addition. You're saving yourself a ton of time by doing that.
Oh, a ton of time.
And administrative work, yeah. So that's why we recommend Google Calendar. And we show you all that. And you got to understand, each one of these things, we're just briefly going over there. We're going to give you, 20 and 30 minutes worth of instruction on how to set this up. We're going to save you days and days of time trying to research this on the best ways, because we've already looked at it. And here's what it looks like. Here's what it shows up. We grabbed a little screenshot from off the web. This is not church calendars. It's several calendars. But this is how it would show up on your iDevice or on your Mac. And so you can choose which calendar. Let's say this said church calendar, this said staff calendar, and so forth. And you can just uncheck and see which ones go where. I've got just 2 more slides for you here. How do you interact with your site in an easy way? Now, when we set out to design this to tutorial. One of the things I told Sean, and Sean was 100% behind, is that it had to be simple first. If it got complicated, and sometimes I wonder, is copying and pasting an embed code too complicated? It's kind of a techie thing, but it's really not hard. You copy and paste and you're done. So we felt like that was simple enough, but I wanted this to be simple so you could be sitting at the hospital making your visits and still making a post on your website. Because, a media team on a small church can't consume your life. It's got to be a 10-minute part of your life. It's got to be simple. So this is why I'm going to suggest the following thing. I suggest that you get the iOS or the iPhone app or the Android app. And what you can do is you can sit there right in your iPhone and make a post to your website.
Yes.
Easy. You can take a picture right where you're at, post that to your website. You can upload a video from YouTube right from this app. Okay? So this is a great thing to get, and I'm giving you the link to both. And to make it simple again, I'm using ios.wordpress.org, or you can go, if you're Android, you can go to android.wordpress.org, and that will link to the respective app on either one of these devices. The last thing we're going to go over here is things you can do if you pay WordPress. And so if you choose to pay $99 a year, here's what you could get with WordPress. Now, why don't you go through this slide, okay? And they'll give you a chance to talk a little bit. All right. And so, Sean, you've looked into this. What do they get if a person wants to go farther with WordPress? Can they go farther with WordPress if they're willing to pay just a little bit?
Yes, if you pay WordPress just a little bit, that'd be $99 a year. And that's not expensive at all. If you're paying somebody else to do this for you, you'd be paying 6 times that.
Yeah, at least $49 a month
Yes.
plus an upfront payment fee of at least $5.99, and again, that's what we charge. So
right, so you're saving a lot of money here, and this is going to give you the opportunity to own your own .com. So you could go from your church at yourchurch.wordpress.com, which is what you're going to have here.
And you bring up a good point there. Really free church website.wordpress.com. This is where your URL, let's say you're First Baptist East, so it'd be firstbaptisteast.wordpress.com. You could shorten that down to just like this. You could take the WordPress out. It's basically it. And your URL would look like that, and you would look very, very professional.
Yes. So that'd give you the opportunity to own your own .com. You'd be able to upload MP3s with what you have on your free WordPress.com site. Is you can only upload.
There's limitations
pictures
for MP3s. Now, the video's hosted on YouTube. We can do that.
Yes.
But you're telling me that with the free site, we really can't upload MP3s.
No, you can only upload images, pictures. But if we're paying, we can upload MP3s and we can upload videos. Now, we wouldn't suggest uploading videos because they're so big and they can, use a lot of bandwidth. But MP3s are a lot smaller, and then you can do that right on your website and make it a lot easier and make it more presentable.
Exactly. And so again, we recommend if you're thinking about video, go ahead and use YouTube. They're geared towards that, and reserve your $99 space. You get a certain amount of space for MP3s.
Right.
All right, so that's what you get if you choose to pay for WordPress. So guys, that's what you can do if you choose to go one step higher with the free WordPress site and make it a $99 a year commitment. That's what you can do. And of course, that goes to WordPress.com to pay for all the expenses they have for these free WordPress sites.
Right.
All right, guys. If you want more information, just check us out at howchurchmediaworks.com and take a look at our membership. Very affordable, $7 for a 7-day trial.
That's right.
And if you want to continue on learning, you can get your whole staff involved. It's only $19 a month thereafter. Man, you can't beat that deal anywhere.
No, we're going to give you a lot of information, a great way, and you're going to love what we have to offer because it's so simple.
And besides that, you get to hear more humor from Sean. You can't beat that.